Hey guys, I don't know who this video is for, but maybe it's just for me to remember where we're at today in this country, in this world. And I titled this video July 3rd, 2009. And that day for me is a very painful day. It's the day my mom was murdered by her former husband. And I think about that day, and I think about the fact that, it could have been any person who decided to kill my mom. And the reason I say that is because my mom dated all sorts of guys. She dated black guys, white guys, brown guys, and even beyond that, she loved all people. She had friends of all races, and what it did for me, it really created, it opened my eyes up at a young age. And I think about that day because I realized that it could have been any guy that was angry enough, that had enough jealousy, that had enough alcohol in their system, who was enough of a mental instability that could have taken her life. It just happened to be this guy. And in that thought, in that understanding, is the fact that there's so much evil that exists, and especially in that day. And race is not a question when it comes to evil. Evil doesn't have a specific race, creed, color. Evil doesn't have a specific bias to a political party. And evil really doesn't care about you or me. All it wants to do is destroy. All it wants to do is tear apart. In the Bible, it even says that the enemy wants to just destroy. It's roaring around like a lion waiting to just devour. It's looking for something to just cause friction in our world. And so I think about that day, and I think about the fact that, maybe evil won that day, but it didn't win the ultimate war and the battle for our soul, right? For me specifically, and what I mean by that is that it opened my eyes even more to the perspective of understanding and having that perspective, the view that's not so narrow-minded, but opened up to realizing that there's so much more. Right? There was a situation that happened, but there was also this situation that was happening outside of that, or past that, or beyond that. And I think about that, and I look into that situation, and I think about what God was saying to me. And what God was saying to me is, even though this happened, I'm still here, and I still love you. Even though this situation happened this specific way, it's not the end, right? And the question is, how are we going to respond to those situations? We're so reactive right now. Me also, I want to react so badly. I want to run and do something. But the response should be to go to God, right? We want to pick up a bat and a gun and run to the nearest protest. Or to whoever hurt us. We want to just fight. We need to fight that urge and pick up a phone and pick up the Bible and get on our knees and think and pray and listen. There are so many people that are speaking great things right now, and we need to listen to them. There are so many people that are hurt right now, and we need to listen to them. I think that the more that we listen, the more that we can understand. And we can actually find our response in that. God's response is sacrifice. It's humility. It's also justice. But the justice doesn't come from a reaction, it comes from a response. And so I want to remind myself that, right now, where we are as a country, where we are in the world, that God is speaking. And He's speaking so loud, and we just need to listen. And so I just say, for those that are hurting right now, I just pray that you can hear what God is saying to you. Whether you know Him or not, He's still speaking to you. And the fact of the matter is, the evil is not going to go away. But we need to fight evil with good. If we fight evil with more evil, it's just going to be more evil. If we fight evil with good, there's going to be room for more good. And I believe that's God's response right now. And so I just pray, and I hope that I can remember what God says to me, what God is saying to me right now in this place that we're at right now. And so I hope that this will open up your perspective. I hope it'll give you some clarity on, what maybe God is saying right now, and maybe our response should be. So I just pray that this blesses you, and if it does, reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you. Thank you. Till the next one.